I was going to visit Wayne Steiger's channel, but I don't even have an account left. I can go in and say hi. Yeah, I'm just now thinking about all the times I went in there and said a few things to have none of that fucking stay for I don't know how long. Until I was like, why isn't anybody saying hi? Usually everybody says hi to me, you know? And then back out, come in, not there. Not a single comment I had made was there. Change accounts. Yeah, that was the problem. What do I want to bet? It's been a problem since the day I went to jail in California for my first time. When they pulled my video because sheriff was involved in everything there too. Given I was arrested without a woman present, that's illegal. It's been illegal in this state since I was 14, 15. Yeah, you know when they're looking for more than just if you've got a knife or a gun on you. Yeah, it's only 14. I was only 2 years out of the DARE program. Funny thing is my DARE officer, Officer Graves. Officer Graves. I was the first police officer I ever met in Kelso, Washington. That's when I got in a street fight with a 10-year-old girl with a fucking barbine tool with a big old claw on it. Yeah, I was 10. I was 10. I was 10 when a girl tried to attack me and a friend with a fucking tool for doing barbed wire fence. 10. In Kelso, Washington. According to my son's dad, it ain't that gangsta. Fucking kidnapping bitch, anyways. Anyway. My initial thought starting this live stream, though, good morning, hi, how's it going, is if I was allowed to, license to kill style, if I was allowed to take every motherfucker out that just played around to see if he could get his dick in me, how many of you would think they would still be here if I was given that range of permission? The ones that go, why aren't you desperate for my nastiness? I might not look the greatest right now, but I clean up nice. And there's another one for all you fucking pieces of shit that think like that. Good morning. Thank you for your visit to the Tinkers. She almost never moves. Do you tinker? Yeah, you can tell how not feral she is and malicious and being held. Anyways, that was the main gist of this right here, on top of the fact I still have the fucking application for Lewis County Sheriff, and I thought I would prove it. Since I'm sure them fucking fags don't fucking believe me. Yeah. Guess what a fag is? A stick bundler. So you can't tell me some motherfucker that takes a bunch of dicks to jail isn't a faggot. Should I get out my dictionary next? I really hate it when you have no brains in YouTube. Oh my God, you figured me out. Dude. Just prove we ignored everything I ever fucking said. Congratulations. I was just like, you know, Henry, I love you, Henry, but damn it, boy, you ever send me fucking pepperoni again? I love you so much. Here, let me fucking give you something I know you don't like. I love you so much. Let me fucking... Oh, you said you didn't like this? Well, here, have a whole bunch of this. Just because you said you didn't like it. Yeah, that's narcissist. See, I didn't call you a narcissist. I just said I was a narcissist. Well, narcissistic. Yeah, buying clothes that are too big or too small on purpose. Yeah, look, I love that one too. It's like, you have enough money to help me get something that I could actually wear and don't. It was almost like, you know, it would be perfect if it was, you know, ABC 1, 2, 3, right? Perfect. Can you get me, you know, help me get this one in a different size? That would be cool. Exchange it. No, I'll just buy you another one, a totally wrong fucking size. Appreciate the help. I'm sorry, how's that help? Buy me a bunch of fucking bras that I can't fucking wear. Oh, it's not? Well, I didn't want to assume that, but damn. Oh, I'm not just assuming. Oh, how cute. Oh, you think I'm... You're funny! Oh, it's fucking Christmas. Yeah, I've got almost everybody in my life to thank for not wanting to be involved in any fucking holidays anymore. Isn't that just so rad? Shout out to my families. I actually, you know, blood relatives. I'm ashamed to be related to fucking any of those fucking people. You know, because we could say hi to me once in a while. Just to pretend to be decent, even. Oh, connected now. Can you get a ticket to come up here and we'd go get your mom and have a nice Christmas? And 10 years on Facebook. That never happened once. Everybody's wanting to fucking pretend to be me on the internet, talk to that bitch behind my back. Of course, I proved all that shit. Proved my mom was being harassed. It just so happens the same phone company's got its fingers in both of these fucking little shithole towns. Imagine that. But it's great. It's great. It's great, you know. Let's analyze how many times my phone has been within 20 feet of a Lewis County sheriff officer. That would be at least 5. One, immediately being suspicious. Number two, being the Dollar General store. I mean, 1, 2, but we're not counting. We're not going in chronological order. We're just going in general. See, breakfast with my godmother. Walking to Wenlock. The day there was a 6-foot hole in the front yard. There's 5. No, we're not stalking him. Yeah. 2, directly to this house. How suspicious am I now, fuckers? Mwah! 11:22. Well, it's 10:54, but yeah, the 19, which is another 10. All right. Me? I don't eventually want to end up in prison or jail for anything. Thank you very much. Nice try. Again, 12, 1 o'clock. That's so funny. Let's see how many times I've been, my cell phone and fucking this county sheriff has been less than 50 feet. That's how far you have to be away from the road to shoot, apparently. I need to still look that up, too. But, yeah. You can get in trouble if you're firing firearms 50 feet within a road, too. So, whether you're in city limits or not doesn't. I'm not supposed to know anything. Ego test it doesn't really. Mine are in my body. General store. Being suspicious. Oh wait, Dollar General store, walking the Wenlock. That's 2 in the same fucking day. 3 in the same day, because 2 showed up, and then fucking I think a totally different one is the one that drove by me on the way to Wenlock. And then I'm trying to remember if I was passed by both of them. One for sure. Got him on camera. Mm-hmm. What? Making sure I wasn't lying. Because they know I'm not lying. I still want to see my video so bad. From the minute I come into that fucking store to the minute I fucking leave, blowing my whistle for 5 fucking minutes on my way to Wincock. From Massillcock to Wincock. Imagine that. So I was a Massillcock sprocket for 3.5 years. Don't forget, I was just born yesterday. Can't you tell? Goo goo gaga gee gee blah. Just imagine the offers for a diaper change. Call me daddy. I already had one of those too, and he fucking built those 3. So guess what? Yeah, of course, my friend, my godmom, she sent me. I got a helmet, keys. I've ridden my bike once since I got it. The other day she brought it to me. Fucking sheriff showed up down there at breakfast. Thanks for ruining my fucking breakfast. Most of what I've learned is from Hollywood, though. Oh, look at that! Right to hijack rescue. The conventional soldier is trained to operate in what is essentially one primary, though wide-ranging role. This is not the case with members of the world's special forces. They are more highly trained and tasked with larger and somewhat less well-defined number of roles. These may overlap to a degree in as much. They put that as one word, in as much as a set of skills. Yeah, see that right there, fucking. I just lost it. In as much. 3 words into one. So skills, techniques, and perhaps most importantly, mental flexibility and strength can be applicable to all. Fuck. That was like saying rubber baby buggy bumpers. Ooh, I could say that. Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers. I see. But each role demands specific training that emphasizes the appropriate military tactics in combination with an ability to think on one's feet. Meow! Bitch. A special forces soldier must be able to analyze an emerging situation rapidly and logically and adapt flexibly to the situation rather than just reaching along pre-trained lines. Nowhere is more important than in a hostage and hijack rescue role. Sometimes the hostage taker or hijacker may have a criminal motive, such as extorting ransom money, in which case prevention of his own life is a major factor that may persuade him to surrender rather than die. However, hostage takers and hijackers are often driven by ideological factors such as intense beliefs that may be readier to take the victim's life and be killed themselves, so they may be acclaimed as martyrs for a cause. A soldier of the Spanish Special Forces searches a role player on aboard a combat stores ship during an exercise devoted to the tactics and implementation to be used during the boarding of a vessel that has refused to halt and be examined. Didn't that just happen recently? And then the survivors were fucking taken out. Tells you how accidental it was. A 4-man tactical squad of German Panzergrenadier soldiers from 92nd Mechanized Infantry Training Battalion 92 practiced the tactic of forcing entry into a house. The objective of any hostage taker or hijacker must be properly established before any practical rescue plans can be made. Then the nature of the precise tactical scenario must also be taken into consideration. Hostage taking and hijacking can place almost anywhere, but it is quite likely that the hostage taker and his victim will eventually end up in a building, while the hijacker and his victim will probably be in some sort of vehicle, perhaps an airliner, train, or ship. In either case, it is vital that the nature and layout of the building or vehicle should be known accurately, and detailed buildings, plans, or vehicle specifications obtained. Even when these are at hand and are used to create a tactical plan in combination with real-time reconnaissance to establish the location of the perpetrator and his victim, the Special Forces team must always bear in mind that even the best-laid plan can disintegrate on first contact with the enemy. This is why constant training and practicing variations is very important. Men of the Spanish Special... German and Spanish Special Forces collaborate with U.S. Marine during the mock boarding of a non-compliant vessel as a part of a 2004 joint exercise. I was 24. 2004. That was, wow, 21 years ago. Men of the Brunei Special Forces await the start of a visit board search and seizure as a missile destroyer off the coast of Brunei. Chilean frigate during a multinational 2008 training. That's the year I went to Burning Man. Tailored to defense of the Panama Canal. 171. Also took what books I got to keep as messages as well. Morpheus Ruin. The many faces of the Morgue, from ancient legends to modern devotions. John Beckett, druid and blogger under the ancient oak. I bet that's a fib. At least right now, isn't it? Oh, what's this? $2015. I even gave myself elf ears. AutoZone. I worked at AutoZone. Weeks. 6/4/2015. It's my AutoZone. I started writing them down after this. Larkin. I call on the radiant war, to whom death is no terror. May courage be granted to me as bright as bronze. May my form be exalted. May my will be ennobled. May my strength be increased. May my grave not be opened. May I complete my journey. May my destiny be ensured to me. May the serpent in the heart not attack me, nor the grey worming doubt, nor the senseless fear. May no thief attack me, nor a hostile company without my company of warriors. May I have richness of time from the mighty ones. I call on Sachet Scathash of the 7 teachings, who suckled heroes at sword point. May my 7 lights burn brightly. I am an invincible fortress. I am an unshakable cliff. I am a mighty stone. I am the bowl of 7 battles. I know hundreds of truths, hundreds of joys, each 100 after another. I summon my good fortune to me. May the fire of the hero's light be on me. Your blessings, Queen, upon your people. Short form. I call on the mighty great Queen who shapes the fates of her people. May courage be granted to us as bright as bronze. May our forms be exalted. May our wills be ennobled. May our strength be increased. May our graves not be opened. May we be complete in our journeys. May our destinies be ensured to us. May the serpent in the heart not attack, nor the grey worming doubt, nor the senseless fear. May no hostile company attack us with our company of warriors. May we have richness of time from the mighty ones. May we know hundreds of truths, hundreds of joys, each 100 after another. I pray your great blessings. May the fire of the hero's light strengthen us, your blessings upon the people. Offerings are among the most ancient and pervasive of human religious acts. In my experience, the most important aspect of an offering is the life force contained within it. This may be why blood sacrifice was so popular and so pervasive in the ancient world as a form of devotional offering. This is also why then and now spirits and food are among the most highly regarded and common offering. Both contain potent and valuable life force, which is rarely received by the gods. Life force is also directed into effort, so undertakings of dedicated work and things we make by our own effort, not somebody else's, also represent a dedication of life force in a more indirect way. The life force contained in our offerings feeds the gods. God is love. True armor of God, self-love. Thank you very much. That is to say, the gods are not dependent on offerings from us to exist. They are beings that live and have agency independent of ourselves, in my understanding, but the manifestation of gods into the physical realm we inhabit, where they can become, yeah, you cannot interfere in the affairs of man as a god. But physical, where they can become perceptible, perceivable, same thing, right? To our senses requires power. This power is what we provide when we feed the gods. Thus, yeah, which one you feeding more? Chaos of creation. Hello, Shiva. Why she stands in the front of CERN, looking like a Japanese hissing beetle. We're not so much feeding them as we are feeding their presences and giving life to the devotional bond in which we commune with them. The offerings we can give can be personal to the specific nature of our relationship with the gods. So here I cannot give prescriptions so much as suggestions or example of offerings I have given in my own devotions to the Marigna and those of the priests I work with. Yeah, plural priests. Yeah. A lot of those, like you didn't fucking know that already, right? Whiskey, milk, cream, butter, Irish cream, beer, mead, wine, amble bros, apple cider, blessed water, sexual fluids, and their favorite. What's up, homie G? What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, cunt? What up, fucking, yeah. Solid offerings. Raw or prepared meat. Oh my gosh. Now that makes a lot of sense now. These kids would come running in and eat raw ground meat right off the fucking counter. Bread, cake, fruits, flowers, anything that contains life force, especially what's fresh or made with care, is a suitable offering. I don't even want to read any more of that because I've already fucking told everybody how, you know. Yeah, everybody been fairly warned now. That's so not even a question. Yeah. And then I just, you know, as you just saw, I just randomly stuck this in here. That's how I found. Mac. At first time I glanced at, I saw land place, and we might here recall that a woodland called Ross has been claimed as a sacred site belonging to the Morrigan and Bobbed. BADB. In the whirling of Emmer. Me's reading takes Raj as a poetic allusion. Allusion. Not illusion. Allusion with an A. ALLUIS. USION. Allusion to game, which might be hunted in a woodland and cooked on a spit. That's tasty. Monster Hunter. That's what you get when you cook your meat right. If you do it wrong, it's burnt wherever you get. What could be meant by a bowl that comes from a dog? I instantly thought of somebody that was shitty. They're fucking getting ran over by a bull. To dog itself may be played king for a dog warrior who acts as guardian to a bull. Let's see. Anyways. Yeah, I still have envelopes. Oh. 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 The fucking do-it-yourself mold kit from fucking... That one set, that fucking third apartment I was in. Anybody want to call them up for me and ask them for information? I haven't because I already know what it was. I sent in 2 samples. There's the third. I think it happened if I put this under this house. Yeah. I'm sure. I've learned not to question myself ever. Mm-hmm. Cartoons. Oh, I'm still in the... I'm good. It's not in here. I just love some more. What is that now? Put this in the other. Oh, yeah. There it is. That would be the place that fucking the mold test kit. Yeah, that's there. It used to be a fucking hotel. Every single fucking place they put me in used to be a hotel. And then just gang stalking right back out on this. Yeah. Piccadilly fucking Square. Piccadilly Square in London used to have a meat market where you could go buy children. Michael Targa, meat rack boy. He would know. Proof of service. Yeah. Master lease. Piccadilly Square. 129. It just happened to be my birthday. Mailbox number. We gang stalk you right back out on the street. Do. We'll put you in somewhere that's known for human trafficking. So we can get rid of you that way. Yeah, these fucks to thank too. Western Property Management. Western National Property Management. What used to be the Sunset Inn. The boxes still wooden and with fuses. This video here too. That was yeah, that fucking bitch. She's the one that told my friend he couldn't be parked somewhere, and then she was always parked there, not handicapped. He'd had hip surgery. It's like, oh, I'll show you where you can park. Oh, excuse me. She's like, I'll show you where to park. She had him park where she always parks. Big G. I think I found these on the bus. Yellow wallpaper. Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Apparently we went to the library and got off a bunch of stuff to read for later. Whoop and the Gift of the Pipe. Lakota. Long ago, the Lakotas were in a camp and two young men lay upon a hill watching for signs. They saw a long way in the distance a lone person coming, and they ran for it toward laying on another hill, so that if it were an enemy, they would be able to intercept or signal the camp. When the person came close, they saw that it was a woman. And when she came nearer, she was without clothing of any kind except her hair that was very long and fell over her body like a robe. I've never read these. I mean, I've glanced at. One young man said to the other that he would go and meet the woman and embrace her, and if he found her to be good, he would hold her in his teepee. His companion cautioned him to be careful, for this might be a buffalo woman who could enchant him and take him with her to her people and hold him there forever. But the young man would not be persuaded and met the woman on the hill next to where they had watched her. His companions saw him attempt to embrace her, and there was a cloud closed about them so that he could not see what happened. In a short time, the cloud disappeared, and the woman was alone. She beckoned to the other young man and told him in the Lakota language. The young man thought she belonged to his people and went where she stood. When he got there, she showed him the bare bones of his companion, told him that the crazy buffalo had caused his companion to try to do her harm, and that she had destroyed him and picked his bones bare. The young man was very much afraid and drew his bow and arrow to shoot the woman, but she told him that if he would do as she directed, no harm would come to him, and he should get any girl he wished for his woman, for she was a Wakan, Wakn, and he could not hurt her with his arrows. But if he refused to do so as she should direct or attempt to shoot her, he would be destroyed as his companion had been. Then the young man promised to do as she should bid him. James R. Walken was a physician to the Ogallala at the Pine Ridge, South Dakota Reservation, 1896 to 1914. Faced with the tremendous medical problems on the reservation, especially tuberculosis, he sought assistance of the medicine men to help him understand and serve the Lakotas. They began to teach him stories and ceremonies of Lakotas, stating We will do this so you may know how to be a medicine man for the people. We will tell you the ceremonies as if you were an Oglala who wished to take part in them. Finger an old and very conservative Oglala holy man is very helpful in enabling Walker to understand some of the most complex Oglala beliefs. Again, now I just heard Kilala. Kilala from Inuyasha. The story on March 25th, 1914, in response to Walker's inquiries about how the pipe came to the Lakotas. WOHPE, WOHPE, is one of the forms of the waking Tonka, which is often which is often described singularly as the Great Spirit, but which, according to Oglala holy man George Sword, just happened to be a Hallie Sword that lived here. "16 different aspects. Wope is a feminine and mediator between the earth and sky, so she is recognized in nature as the meteor or falling star, sky woman, Turquoise. Yeah, spirit of freedom. She stands up top of the Capitol building. If you ever watched Tucker Carlson, they always fucking cut her off at the ankles. I tweeted that in the wall. Thank you for your visit. So she is recognized in nature as a meteor or falling star. She is familiarly personified through not named in this narrative as White Buffalo Calf Woman. Jesus. Oh my God. She is responsible for bringing the Lakotas the 7 principal rights, which the pipe is one. I just happened to find a fucking... I glanced. I saw what I thought it is. This text is taken from James R. Walker, Lakota Belief and Ritual, 1980. The year I was fucking born. Oh, hi. I'm just now seeing their comments. Hi, Amy. Sorry, I was reading, so. Black sheep, white buffalo. Khan is customarily translated as sacred or holy, but more precisely means anything charged with power can only be approached through it. She then directed him to return to the camp and call all the council together and tell them in a short time they would see 4 puffs of smoke under the sun at midday. When they saw this sign, they should prepare a feast and all sit in the customary circle to have the feast served when she would enter the camp. But the men must all sit with their head bowed and look at the ground until she was in their midst. Remember, she got no clothes on, just her hair. They must obey her in everything. If they obeyed her in everything, they would have their prayers to the Waka Tonka answered and be prosperous and happy. But if they disobeyed her or attempted to do her any harm, they would be neglected by Tonka and punished, as the young man who had attempted to embrace her had been. And she disappeared as a mist, disappears so that the young man knew that she was walking. He returned to the camp and told these things to the people, and the council decided to do this. She had instructed the young man. They made preparation for the feast, and in 3 days they saw 4 puffs of black smoke under the sun at midday. So they prepared for a feast and dressed in their best clothing and sat in a circle ready to be served. And every man bowed his head and looked towards the ground. Suddenly the woman began uttering low exclamations of admiration. But all the men said kept their eyes toward the ground except one young man, and he looked toward the entrance of the camp. Saw a puff of black smoke which blew into his eyes, and a voice said, "You have disobeyed me, and there will be smoke in your eyes as long as you live." From that time, the young man had very sore eyes, and all the time they were as if biting smoke was in them. Ah, shit. Took me a second. Yeah. Turn your back to the fire, and you're like breathing in your clothes, because yeah, it does. It stings the eyes, doesn't it? Then the woman entered the circle and took the food and served it first to the little children and then to the women, and then she bade the men to look up. They did so and saw a very beautiful woman dressed in the softest deer skin, which so she's not naked anymore. So it was a test. Thank you so much for your visit. Which was ornamented with fringes and colors more beautiful than any woman of the Lakota had ever worked. Then she served the men with food, and when they had feasted, she told them that she wished to serve them always, that they had first seen her as smoke, and then that they now should always see her as smoke. Then she took from her pouch a pipe and willow bark and Lakota tobacco, and filled the pipe with bark and tobacco, and lighted it with a coal of fire. She smoked a few whiffs and handed the pipe to the chief and told him to smoke and hand it to another. Thus the pipe was passed until all had smoked. She then instructed the council how to gather the bark and tobacco and prepare it, and gave the pipe to their keeping, telling them that as long as they preserved this pipe, she would serve them. But she would serve them in this way: when the smoke came from the pipe, she would be present to hear their prayers and take them to the Wakan Taka and plead for them, that their prayers should be answered. The pipe is used in all rituals and therefore the central integrating element of Lakota ritual life. In its complex forms of stone, wood, feathers, and animal carvings, it also represents the Lakota cosmos. The smoke offered to the four directions carried prayer to Wakan Tonka. Bonds between groups, vows to the Wakanta Hunka. Sorry. And prophecies were validated by means of the pipe, and any transgressions against it would cause the offender or his family to suffer fortune or even death. Thus the pipe would not be desecrated by word or deed, and it should only be handled by persons properly trained in its protocol. No, it's not made for kids. Thank you for your visits. You've been here. Hi, how's it going? Just got a few comments. And then I was too busy reading, so I missed saying hi. But after this, she remained in this camp for many days, and all the time she was there, everyone was happy, for she went from teepee to teepee with good words for all. When the time they got cut off, when the time came for her to go, she called all the people together and bade the women to build a great fire of dried cottonwood, which they did. Then she directed all to sit in a circle about the fire, and the shaman to have an abundance of sweetgrass. I keep wanting to get some sweetgrass. She stood in this circle, and when the fire had burned to the coals, she directed it to place on it the sweetgrasses made a cloud of smoke. The woman entered the smoke and disappeared. Then the shamans knew that it was Wolf, who had given the pipe, and they appointed a custodian for it with instructions that it was to be kept sacred and used only on important occasions. The ceremony they made wrappers for the pipe so that it is Hokan. The shamans instructed the people that they could make other pipes and use them, and that the wolf could smoke of any pipe if smoked with proper solemnity and form. Thus it was that the beautiful woman brought the pipe to the Lakotas. Again, 1980. My elbow hurts. I haven't been sleeping on it funny. I haven't hit it on anything for a while, so. See, and of course, they put these fucking things on everybody's door, and then some people probably, they were intentionally left to blow away in the wind so that they could tow their cars. Look at that. And this needs to go in the folder I got into the other day. This can go back. Look what else I managed to keep. Hi. Thank you for your visit. Look who's on the back. Doji Cat. They've been abusing all of us. Like, yes, please, exploit yourself so we can get rich off you and molest all your kids. And blah, blah, blah. And brainwash you some more so we don't have to be accountable for all of our garbage. Birthday? Question mark. Self-surveillance. I've been gang stalked for over 10 years now. I have proof of it all day long. I'm sure I have Samsung to thank. Explains why you guys got so many people showing up to the airport no matter how many people you don't tell, right? Used to show off their airport outfits. Now they can't do that because fucking. Can't say I might not have gone at some point. Fucking. And the binoculars. Tinker's ears are pulled. My hands and my feet are pulled now. Plus, at least I'm not tied to your head. That was part of the trend at one point. Before the hole. There's more to nothing. Yeah, I woke up with the epiphany on if you were to look at my cell phone data and fucking Lewis County Sheriff data. How many times since I've been here have we been less than 50 feet? At least this many. Why don't I trust anybody? I'm sure I don't have to repeat myself anymore. Why I don't trust anybody? Do I? So, 1, 2, 3 different chatters. 64. 64, you're finally an heavy. Now it's neat that they're cutting down on the stalking now because you can only have so many fucking accounts for a phone number. And then you'd have to go actually change your phone number. I'm like, maybe a few times a week I'm told, you can't be watching shit on 2 devices. I should be able to do whatever the hell I want for the most part, right? You know, given what YouTube's been doing behind everybody's backs forever, along with Google. Who else knows the transcripting is different overnight? There's screenshots to prove that. 10203. No, you can't have my Rice Krispie treat. Yeah, nothing like being stuck in a fake fucking city. It's technically a village. That's brilliant. What? Oh, what? Decided I'm not getting mean yet. Do I pick on you? I didn't brush my hair yet. Yeah. I wish I could say I just throw the fucking garbage. You fucking Lewis County Sheriff. Oppenheimer Ranch's shit. Holding shit number fucking blah 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 blah. Got a diamond put up in your ranch project. Managed to keep it. Dragon daikon radish, sour bone, red pepper, green, giant gold. I'm the mother. What the hell? I stole my weed seeds. And then I sent him a bunch of butterfly seeds, butterfly bush seeds. Okra, emerald. What's my emerald plant? Again, stocked fucking nothing down. Now I know how crazy I am. It's worse than I thought. Just like every other time. And it's worse every time. Yeah. Just places to go to get stalked at. I just guess the women's emergency shelter isn't really a women's emergency shelter. See, she doesn't talk back to me. I can go out there and meow at them and they'll meow back. She's like, you already know what I'm thinking. Like, shut up. Quit meowing at me. I only meow when you follow my tail because I'm asking you to. Shall I go through the different kinds of dragons there are? Very quick like. Wyverns. Drakes. Cockatrice. Who remembers Beowulf? Yeah. Scandinavian ancestry. Yeah, buddy. Fuck around. Dragons with multiple heads are known as Hydra. In England, a young lord of the land went fishing one Sunday. Instead of going to church, caught a hideous worm-like creature. The young man went off to fight in the Crusades. When he returned, he found a huge dragon-like Labaton worm terrorizing the village. Merlin the wizard saw two huge dragons, one red and one white, locked in a fight to the death in a subterranean pool. The meaning of this, according to Merlin, was the omen of things to come, for the red dragon represented the Bretons and the white dragon the Saxons, who would oppress the people of Britain. The first white dragon seemed to have the best of it, but then the red dragon drove the white dragon back. The African amphibian sea snake Flying to move swiftly in either direction while guarding its nest. Tinker! You doing, weirdo? Spazzing out. Fairy dragons. South America, Quetzalcoatl. Fafnir, greedy evil sorcerer in Norse mythology. God, see, everything can't get away from dragon. Scandinavian, Norse, Polish. Clever warrior Sigurd slew Finfair by digging a pit near his water hole, rolling upon the dragon and stabbing the beast. Woman. Mounted on a dragon high above France, the beautiful but dangerous spirit called Le Succubur hunted for lovers. Species. Looking for a mate? 1144. Marina, a Russian witch, kept a dragon and serpents in her palace as companions. She enjoyed seducing young warriors and chaining creatures such as pigs or oxen. Put it on a pile of bones, I guess, right? For years, the island of Rhodes was plagued by a terrible dragon. Night after night, the island of the scourge, but none succeeded. Finally, a knight named Diodone de Gazon made a life-size model of the dragon and trained 2 dogs and a horse to battle it. When the time was right, Sir Diodone, his animal companion, attacked and killed the great beast. Unable to satisfy it, the first dragon with sacrifices, sheep the town and instituted a lottery.
You win the lottery, you get to be fed to a dragon.
St. George arrived at the town on the day a princess was to be sacrificed. St. George previously killing and saving the princess. Yeah. Sir Lancelot, of course, we know that guy. Highland Silver. Them and Zoro. Korean dragons. The Korean dragons differ from other Eastern dragons because of their 4 toes, narrow faces. These dragons frequently use pearls to help them acquire power or ascend to the heaven. Yep, pearls before swine, huh? And the Quilin. I'm surprised it doesn't bring up the Quilin, which is a Chinese unicorn, which is a dragon. In China, dragons were considered believed to protect the heavens, watch over all gems, jewels, and metals of the earth. Command weather and control the flow and course of rivers. Chinese and imperial dragons were recognized by the fact that they possess 5 toes, a fantail of the dragon. I happen to have a purple dragon. Oriental dragons, unlike Western ones, were not considered bad, but intelligent and good. Japanese dragons were called Tetsu and had 3 toes. The knot tail signifies that this dragon is a male. This looks like a scaly cat. Imagine that. There's a Polynesian underwater dragon called Mu, mainly known for its thieving ways. And he's got a pearl too. Explained by mid fisherman for see them. Leviathan, yeah. Lilith, Komodo dragon. A leafy sea dragon. Yes, it is a real animal. I've been wanting to color something for a minute. I started coloring that. And I've been back. How many stars did I color? There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and I colored 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I colored another one, but that's not. I get to modify that one. Celebrating Easter. Tinker, what are you doing? Let's see. What are you doing, Tinker? Wish I still had it just so I could fucking mail it back. Call them so I can get their fucking application fucking site. I did get to tell them as well. I'll fill it out there. Thank you for making me glad I never filled it out because I would never want to work with such fucking losers, dude. 9:24, 20. Still need to find out what shots fired that morning when I was arrested and why everybody fucking, only 3 people in the court when I got up to like look. They all looked at me at the same time and I was like, yeah, okay. Lay back down on the floor in the nasty, gross ass fucking cell. I believe I had spiders in my face. Spiders in my face in the fucking cell. Exactly why we dropped the fucking charges. And then I keep thinking, maybe I should have pled guilty because then everything would have had to fucking. I would have fucking gotten everybody busted. If I'd have fucking pled guilty and I'm not guilty, what the fuck would that have done? But wait a minute. You were fucking. You want to bet? You want to bet? If I'd have done that, that would have fucking. Cost some shit. Because they purposely just missed it so that all evidence would be dismissed as well. They get stuck in you. Because most of them just want to get fucked anyways, that's why. Huh? I know I was supposed to bend over by now. Bummer. I know I forgot what a minute of free rent meant. My bad. Craigslist. Are you sure you wouldn't want free rent? You know what? Yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure I don't. No, I really know I don't. Lesson learned once again. The hard way, so some of you don't have to learn it the hard way, I guess, huh? If you haven't already, if you're even still breathing because you know, chosen to learn the super hard way. So I didn't even have to look at the camera. Sorry you didn't learn soon enough, right? Sorry you didn't come across any of my messages to fucking, you know, if you see windshield wipers sticking out and you're like, pretty sure that wasn't like that before you went in the store, should probably leave it alone until you fucking get somewhere safe. That's called gang stalking. Three or more. It's 3 or more. Hi, look over here. Oh yeah, while you're looking over here, ta-da! Some might call it magic. Huh. Because now it's ludicrous. If we call it that, you won't believe it. Just for someone to get off your ass and do something constructive with all your spirit. Yeah. That's right. because I have to be forced to sit still. I always want to fix shit and be busy. I can't not fucking sit idle and pretend I'm doing something when I'm really not. Well, hopefully those people that I have saved their lives have done something worthwhile with them. And if you think I haven't, I don't know. You tell me where a guy that was sitting in the back of a truck would be fucking hitting an 8-foot hole at almost 50 miles an hour. If I hadn't said, hey man, would you like to get in my car? It's probably warmer. Blah, blah, blah. And then not even a mile down the road, fucking blah, blah, blah. Yeah, where would he have been? Where would that fucking dude have been? 50-50. He'd be alive still. I think that almost literally happened right down the road. Couple freeway exits and two. It's like, maybe I'll try and test myself at like 15 miles away. It's funny, if he wasn't here, I would open the door and I'd ask Echo, see if she would even be able to tell me. I'm not sure how to help you with that. No, it's funny, Grok hasn't told me that one time. It's time to clean Tinker's fountain. I think I'm getting scared of the cat. Alright, 129.39. End of the stream. Pull the card. Ugh. That's so crazy, and I just happened to find that stone pipe outside of the Stanton courthouse after being harassed for having my weed in my pipe. But I was only told I couldn't have it in the fucking courthouse. I didn't go to jail. And I was just like, who fucking laughs like that? I just laughed like somebody. Heathcliff. Oh my god. Tinker would be good. It's only fresh air for a minute. Yeah. I can't even believe it. It's like if everybody was to get picked up and taken to jail all at the same time just for me. Property management, police. Anybody that was fucking sent to me as a fucking, hey, want to get high? Hey, what's your name? Your name this or that? Fucking, you know, all the send-in ops. Could you even imagine? It's probably well more than 3 to 5 people. I mean, the red car. I took a picture of a red car sitting out beside the hotel 2 different times. So I found that car's been right here, right there. I keep thinking, why are they so gross to me? Because they're fucking gross people. Religiously gross. In the name of Jesus, we're fucking two-faced, nasty fuckings. Yeah! Shout out to my fucking family. My kids' families. And then that's another thing that I've been praying for the last few days. It's like the willing human centipede. Like none of they are not sewn together there willingly. I hope you're eating nothing but fucking Oreos. Tinker, I'm not calling you under mouse with her. She usually gets down. Alright, I'm gonna squish you, kitty cat. Rakes. D&D rake. Underhanded as fuck. And then you look up the spiritual meaning of a rake. There's really no difference. Interesting. Am I surprised? How many ways can I roll my eyes? I don't know. Actually felt really good. Stretch out my optical nerves. Can I just right here? Come on. Fingers, really? I know, James, I'm sorry. Really bad for her. She's never been out of this fucking room. But you know, I'm not gonna let her be bullied by 4 other kitty cats, even though I love them very much. Guess what? This is my fur baby. I'm just throw them out and duke it out. Yeah, no. Roommate only. I almost never talk to him anymore because he's proven can't really talk to him. And he doesn't want to talk to me. I'm sorry. We're gonna go in. I did put Bambi on repeat a week ago, though. That cute kitty cat. That cute kitty cat. This shit put me down. Of course I do that 20 times a day. Huh, James?
Okay.
Another time she doesn't have anything to say. I'll pick her up. Thank you for the like again, by the way. I decided to let it unravel on its own. It's weird, I only really take like 2 bites and I don't want anymore. Isn't it funny? Like you go back and post on Facebook, I was like, I don't know why, but really, I'm training myself to fucking just not need to eat very much. Imagine that. Hijack. Hijack is free fucking someone, and you know, you know. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Oh, Lizzie. Anyways, I I'm about to get kicked off of there too. So. Oh, my milk. Video on this device. I'll have to go back over it later, but I've also noticed that depending on your device will depend on what kind of fucking bullshit YouTube has done to it. The audio will sound shitty on purpose, the camera will fucking grainy as fuck. Sounds like number 2 just took a bunch of shit out. Can make it all. You see that, right? I don't know if I can take it anymore. And then I look over at Sandra, she's looking right at me. Just glance. Oh, those listen. Oh, pomegranates again. The Empress is wearing them. Cross my heart and hope to die. The armor of God, self-love, space, time, I am present, I am a gift in myself. Queen of Swords. Setting the fish free. Can you tell me what you see around setting the fish free? If you look behind him, tide coming in or going out. What's up again, dude? Not much. Staying alive, staying alive. Oh, oh, staying alive. Oh, that's not even funny. See, I'm done. Shuffle them away because I don't want to fucking. Wounded warrior. Get the fuck on. Get your fuck on. Get you. Yeah. Analyzing my situation further. 1:44:33. So I looked at the clock. Further proving that I don't need to prove anything to anybody or myself, but you know. See, and she's wearing the storm. Yeah. She's wearing clouds. Dark clouds. But it's also clearing up. Yeah. The truth kind of does that, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm shuffling them on purpose to keep them. Here in China is technically the top. Where do I? Got the hospital. For Cincinnati, U.S. game systems. That's a big part of the problem. Anyways. Oh, 1909 is the same year as the fucking Freemason all across the street. Pokemon Falls, 1909. I'm gonna end that for now. I'll be back later. I super appreciate you stopping by as always. Thank you, 64. And hi, and birthday. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. No, it's not my birthday, but again, could be. I keep wishing for a happy unbirthday. I'm 37 now. 3 years ago. When I turned 40, I started going backwards. Love you all so much. There wasn't time anything else really to say. Agape. Before I start crying.